it's basically, if you want one, a slap in the face, teaching every individual that believes in freedom of any kind. So, quite honestly, I haven't been this upset in years. When somebody gave me the finger and threw a hand grenade in Vietnam, I remember being this upset. Vietnam was a rare opportunity. You learn a lot about yourself over there. I will strongly suggest that everybody who can, make sure you're ready. And be thinking about the possibility, and this is a possibility, that these idiots will indirectly try to use force to enforce these new edicts. I think that's why they're out of the country, partially. The other part is that I think that the actions getting ready to be taken are something they're fearful of. And the combination of those, along with the absolute, you can pry it from my cold dead fingers, attitude of most people about their sovereignty and freedom, what little we got of it, puts them in an awkward position. I personally would rather give my life up than live as a slave. I personally would rather be able to culminate this, bring it to bear, bring it to happen, make it go. I would much rather do that than draw breath if that's what it takes. Just in my personal opinion, just my own take on it. I'm hoping that everybody who's interested, been wanting to take action, has their guns greased, ammunition ready, because it may come to that. We won't know until the first business day tomorrow. Now, I will suggest further that we be patient, and I really hate this. I'm ready. I'm going to be patient until Tuesday morning and see what the military does. They're supposed to have taken action. By that time, the other legalities should be in place. The last one they're looking for. And so there are no more excuses, to my way of thinking, at that point. I'm not... I'm not telling everybody to go to war. I'm just telling you to get ready that there may be one. No matter all of the efforts that we've tried to curtail that idea, some of these people that want to shoot people so bad are liable to get their opportunity. So, who else is on here?
Drake, I was just going to let you know when you finish. We have, Minuteman is on hold, and he said he's here for you. I also have Lady Dragon on hold. We had a lady right before you came on, Drake, that lives in St. Louis, and she was asking, she said there was military armament, tanks and everything in the streets of St. Louis, and was wondering if that was the beginning of mass arrests, or she said they were purporting it to be some kind of exercise that was going to be ongoing for a week.
Well, I think it's interesting that it happened the week that we're supposed to get answers and that the results are supposed to hit. I think it's interesting that troops get placed in very advantageous places at a time such as this. Basically, what the military is concerned with is two things. Primarily rioting. They do not want to see that, and I would recommend to everybody, irrespective as to your social, financial, or racial status to don't do that. Do not riot. That don't mean gather in the street. That don't mean ask questions. That don't mean get everybody and their mother-in-law together ready to go. It means don't start. Do not provoke, and do not engage these people. Now, they're going to want to clear the streets. And what do you do with 1 million people? Not much. What do you do with crowds that are not what do you do with a nonviolent assembly? Not much. When someone would take you someplace, go limp, fall down. It makes you about 3 times as heavy. Number 2, you can join arms if you want. This is the type of protesting that will be needed to an extent, irrespective as to the types of things that go on, irrespective of the provocation. And I know a lot of people, and I'm talking about a lot of social, a lot of economical, a lot of racial bases here, not just simplistically 1 or 2 or this one or that one. I've lived in the ghetto, and it ain't no kind of a life. You got choppers, you got gunfire, you got fun and games all night long. That ain't no way to live. Nobody should be put in that position, irrespective as to who's doing it for what reason. Now, I just look at the fact that these people have been working on against our freedoms for quite some time. They now feel they have the upper hand. If you want to know what the troops, you want to know what they are, look at the emblems, the insignia on the uniform. If anyone is a United States service personnel, stars and stripes go above any other insignia, period. Any other way, you're out of uniform, and you are not allowed to serve until you are in uniform, period. Uniform Code of Military Justice says so. Several court-martials have said so. And the Constitution says that you're first an American. You may have subserviency to other entities. They may not be anti-U.S., they may not be anti or unconstitutional, and they may not be a foreign power. The United Nations is a conglomerate of foreign entities. It literally is a foreign power that just happens to have roots here on American soil. If any troop has the stars and bars underneath a UN insignia, then they have switched allegiance and need to be reminded of the fact that they are out of uniform. I'm hoping, and like I say, I'm not calling for groups of people to go into the street right this minute. Give it a day. See what happens on the first business day of the week. That's my suggestion. Now, I don't know exactly the date of the so-called vote on the UN Agenda 21 in terms of its acceptance, but I have put out to a variety of news organizations, and Europe's involved in this, Africa's involved in this, Central and South America are involved in this, some Eastern countries are also involved in this. And you got to look at the number, 180 some countries, give or take. That's quite a chunk. that's the other half that I'm going to suggest are not aligned with the G20, Agenda 21 factions. As I said, I'm going to put a PDF up here in just a few minutes. I'm going to send the links to the right people, have it put on my website. It's also going to be sent out to a lot of people. Now, I'm also going to follow that up with a directive from me. You can do with it as you will. You got free will. You decide. My suggestion is that everybody get ready. It looks like they are going to try to bring the, quote, war to us. That means to our streets. That means to our neighborhoods. And I do not look at that as something that I take lightly. This ain't something that I want to do. Now, there are several things that go into this. I want everybody to understand this clearly. When you have unauthorized treaties, unauthorized agreements, and things of that nature, to include a whole load of these, quote, executive orders, these things have to be approved. When they're not approved, that means that they are a combination of political and social propaganda. In Spanish, every Latino knows this. Propaganda means trash. In other words, they would like to incite people to take actions beyond what you would normally take. Giving everybody the finger and wandering around in a circle and not doing nothing is different than engaging someone, trying to take them on, either physically, with a broom handle or whatever, with weapons, etc. This is a big difference. The idea, as I understand it, was to position the troops through what appears one way when it's another and take the action. So you've got ongoing things throughout a week in one place. You've got all kinds of military equipment moving around the country. And I will suggest that this can be used in a manner benefiting us, especially if we do not tie up a whole load of assets, meaning people, equipment, etc., by rioting. We want these assets loose so that they can attend to business. Now, the business at hand is that we're out of time. Done. This is it. I'm not declaring anything yet. I'm going to wait a day or so. If I don't hear comprehensive word or see some comprehensive action or am not notified correctly, then I would suggest the citizens perform their own arrests. Well, what this means is this is a literal revolution type of situation. It's contained in our documentation, and it states that when a government becomes untenable, extraordinarily repressive, the king and I kind of royalty attitude towards us as general people, if we're not multi-billionaires, being of lesser breeding stock than them, that we have the right and the duty, according to the Constitution, to remove said government and individuals. And it is high time, from what I've learned just in the last few minutes, that we basically start taking some of this action. Now, I've been in contact with Lady Dragon, and there is a posting on her website that deals with interviews and outings of ETs. Personally, I don't really care whether somebody actually likes that or not. call them angels if that helps you along a little bit.